What's up? Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of this May feeder, something like that. A 7-in-1 magnetic wireless charging station. And then we also uh, got something else in this box that I want to show you. I'm excited about. All right, so if you're ready, let's jump right into this video. Let's get this thing unboxed. Unpeeled. Get this off of here. There we go. All right. Come on out of there. Here we go. User manual. You get a charging block. We got a little small USB-C to USB-C charging cable. And then we got the main ingredient, which is the Me Finder. And you have the charging for your watch. So you can put your watch on there, just like that. Then you also can put your headphones right here on the back. Charge up your headphones just like that. And then you also get, so we got USB-C in to be able to charge your accessories like your phone, stuff like that. Then you also get a USB-A and a USB-C output, so you can actually charge other things also. We plug that in just like that. We get our magic ring, which as you see is blinking, telling us that now it's good for charging. So I want to stick my phone on here so I can do like that, and it shows my battery percent, shows me that I'm actually charging. Now if I decide I want to go into standby mode, I'm going to turn it sideways like this, and now I got my standby mode for when I'm ready for bed. And there I go. So I got my standby mode. This is the MagSafe charger. So this is everything that comes in the box for the 7-in-1 magnetic suction wireless charger. So let's get on to the next thing. I'm very excited about this box right here. Let's get in here and let's see what we got in here. This is something I've been anticipating for a while to get. It has something to do with the studio, and I really been needing this. Like, I actually have one right here, which I'll show you how it's set up after we do this unboxing. All right, so here we go right here. All right. All right, so let's get each package open. So this one right here is the tripod. Yeah, make a lot of noise, make a lot of noise. So we have the tripod. It goes this way. So you have, it goes up to 6 feet. Normally I like to leave this little cap on here instead of taking it off when I actually put a light on it. All right, I'm gonna put it back down. So this is the tripod, all the different levels. And with this one, you can also actually turn them. So you can get it to the right length, and actually maybe have to put a sandbag on it if you're raising it up to the 6 feet and you got the light tilted. So this is the first thing. And then next, whatever. We have the carrying bag, SkyTech. And notice this video is not sponsored. I actually bought this on Amazon. I'll leave the link for both of the products down in the video description. So this is the carrying bag that it comes with. And then in here, we get a remote control. And it uses two AAA batteries. Then you got this this big old light, which is 135 watts. This thing is very, very bright. As you see, this light right here is the light that I'm actually using. I actually bought two. So I got these on sale on Amazon for $26 a piece. I had a discount of $37. There was regular like $50, $49.99 plus tax. So another thing is you don't want to touch this directly and get fingerprints on it, because then you have, stuff like that. So this is the light, and then you would screw this cap off on the back, just like that. And then, like I said, don't touch this either. Then screw it in to the 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 salt box. All right, so we got that, the remote, and then next, the actual salt box. I like these. I was surprised at the quality of it. So you also got this as a little carrying bag, but it's like a plastic leather material. And then this is also your screen or your cover that goes on. If I can get this open. So this one is a 16 by 16. This is what, and it also has Velcro around each edge, so you can actually get a good tight fit. So this is the softbox cover, and then here is the softbox. All right, so you get a on and off switch, which you control it like this. You can change it different modes through here, or like I said, you can use the remote to change the different settings, which this setting has a white, a warm, a cold, a 20, 50, and 100%, so you can change the different levels. Up and down is up is to bring the brightness up, down is to bring the bright. Also left and right, the Kelvin one, the Kelvin negative and the Kelvin plus, those are also brightness. So up and down, same thing, is up and down. So whether you want to press it sideways or whether you want to press it up, it does the exact same thing. This one just rotates the different light settings. Then you can hit auto, which auto also changes the different color lights. You get three different lights. You get a white, a warm, and a cold. And then also, yeah, you could power it off from that, but I also like to turn the switch off if I'm not actually using, so I don't get current going through the actual outlet. So it takes two AAA batteries. All right, so now we're going to open this up, and as you see, the inside is very, very nice. It's a very thick material. So, and then on the back, so you have your thing where you can actually do the different levels. So we'll unscrew this. I'm gonna also install it so you can actually see what it looks like. So, like I said, we don't want to touch this light. I'm gonna open this up a little bit. Oop, tripod hit me a little bit, but it's cool. I'm fine. So And I'm going to tighten this up. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. There's some saw boxes that you have to pull out for it to stretch out. And then there's some that you actually have to push in. This one, there's a thing right in the middle. A lot of people say they have a hard time. I'm going to put this to the side a little bit. They have a hard time getting this thing to snap in the middle. So I found it pretty easy. So just push it back. Make sure you're pushing it straight back and not, sideways like this. Then push it straight back. And it just snaps in place like a magnet. There is no screwing. And then you just kind of turn it, unscrew like that, and pull it back out. So I'm actually going to leave mine up. So this is what it looks like. So now I'm going to put it on the actual tripod so you can actually see what it looks like. So I'm going to tighten this up in the back, just like this. Tighten these two up in the back. One here. This is the one that goes up and down. This is the one to tighten it actually on the tripod. Just like that. All right, so our next step is we're actually going to put the light in. I'm going to come around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this, put this on here like this, and I'm actually going to screw this in. Remember, like I said, you don't want to, so you want to make sure that you don't do it, you tighten it, but you don't want to tighten it too much. So this is actually what it looks like. Is that straight? Yeah, that's pretty straight. And then now, this is actually flipped backwards. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put on, I'm going to show you how to put on the cover. Or I know you probably know how to put on the cover. So flip everything backwards. Flip this backwards. So everything goes on smooth. Make sure you got all your corners like this. Like this. Flip it around. Make sure you got your point. All right. So we got all our spots. So then what you want to do is you start at the top, put on one corner, put on your other corner, and you got this Velcro piece right here at the top. So just press that. Then we're going to put the bottom piece on, kind of push it up a little bit. So you get it on there. Like I said, it's going to be a nice snug fit. All right. Then you're going to do the other side. Get it on there like that. Then you're going to Velcro your sides. Try to get it as close to the soft box as you can. Just like that. And voila. There's the magic. Now I'm going to show you the lighting settings so you can see exactly how bright this thing actually is. So we're going to turn it on. So we're going to go down to the dimmest setting. So we got, as you see right here on the remote, we have 20, 50, 100. And like I said, up and down and side to side is pretty much the same thing. The middle is like a sleep mode, like a night light, which you can actually turn that up. That's 20. So this is a night light. Auto, switches between each setting for you. We're going to go back down to 20. So you got your warm, cold, white, and then I don't want to blind you, but this is the 100. This thing is very bright. This is the brightest setting. It's actually extremely bright. What do you think about this $50 or $49, which, like I said, right now it's on sale on Amazon. If you got Amazon Prime, you actually only pay $26 for this. So you get about a 35% or 37% discount, something like that. Drops it down to 26. So I was like, why this thing, I was glad that I bought two. But I was like, why it's on a discount? I might as well buy two because I might not be able to find the same one. And with all of these different settings for $26, the tripod, everything, the light, and like I said, it's a 135 watt bulb, LED bulb. So you can't beat that. So 20%, 50%, 100%. That's your warm, 100% on the warm, cold, and then your brightest setting is your white, which you can't beat that. And then, like I said, auto. I don't see auto supposed to change it, but this auto right here changes it. I don't know what this button is right here. It doesn't do anything. So then you got your off, and then you got your on. White, very, very, very bright. All right, so I wanna let you see the actual the way I got it set up right now. All right, so we got this light, and this is my other light. All right, so we got both of these lights. So, like I said, you can also turn this thing like this. So, this is what it looks like completely. And you can use one remote for both of them as long as you're pointing it at the direction. So, I actually have to turn this one because the sensor is actually in the bulb. So, as long as you're not facing the bulb, you can actually change the different colors with one remote instead of having to use two. So you can actually change the settings instead of using two controls. You can use one for backup. If you ever can't find one of them, so you can have that one to warm and this one to cold, or warm, or cold, or white. So, what do y'all think about these studio lights? Inexpensive, very good quality, 135 watt bulbs, and then also the MagSafe. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, because I surely did. I'm excited about these lights to, go into the studio. I don't have to use 7 lights anymore. I could just use these 2. Or, some outside natural light, or like a room light. I don't need 7 other lights anymore. So if you're new to the channel, please hit that like. Smash that subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!